All right, guys, I'm gonna do a decade review basically. So one of the biggest things about this decade, I think we all know, is basically trans. Like I remember when I was in elementary school, there was stuff like silly bands and stuff like that. That was like early 2010, early this decade. There was other trends. Like when I was in middle school, like like dabs, and when I was in high school, there was stuff like fidget spinners. There was dances. There was also obviously the game this year, Fortnite. I did many, many, many things this decade, probably because it was the first full decade I've pretty much lived. I've graduated middle school and elementary school in the same decade. I started middle school, I believe it was 2007, if I did the math correctly. I graduated 2013. And here, my middle school is 2013 to 2016. It's 3 year middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Oh, by the way, I got a new door this year. And what do you call it? Other videos you might have saw that the door looked a bit different. Yeah, it was because it was changed. It was kind of messed up and stuff like that. When we moved in here, it was like that. We moved like I believe 2 times this decade. We moved from one house. Yeah, we moved 2 times this decade. Yeah, we moved 2 times. Yeah, I'll just make sure I counted it correctly. I tried many new things this decade. Oh, I got a Xbox, the regular one early, and then I got a 360 around midterm, around like 2014, around that area. Ooh, also I tried many new restaurants. Like Papa John's and many pizza restaurants. The only pizza restaurant I tried before was just Pizza Hut, McDonald's, and Louis C's, and those were like, and KFC. Those were like before 2000. That was like when I was like younger, like 2009, around that era. When I was like in early stages of elementary school. You know, Probably this decade I went to a barbershop the first time, I believe. This decade, probably like 2010, 11, around that area, when I was like in early elementary school again. Before that, I was just getting haircuts by family members, like my brother and stuff like that. I told you guys, I believe I have. Oh yeah, I got a permit, stuff like that. A license. I had a permit, and then a year later, got the license. Gonna go places. Plan on going many, many places. I believe two. I know two of my sisters got married this decade. Basically, hopefully, I'm gonna work hard, get a job after I graduate. A car. Obviously, I told you guys I'm a senior before. I'm going to hopefully, work hard for a car and maybe drive places, get a high paying job, maybe like a warehouse or something like that. Somewhere interesting, something that I like. Oh, I told you, in the future, I'm also gonna like, if I can, get a credit card and start paying for UFC fights, because I told you guys that I am a fan of combat sports. Me, every time a UFC event goes on, I just watch, the day after, because I don't have enough money. Well, I don't really have a credit card, and I barely have any cash on me. So, but I'm gonna look for a better job, because I don't think fast food restaurants pay that. Fast food restaurants, they don't really pay that much. So that's one of the biggest key factors. High school, almost done with it. It's been a crazy, amazing year. The best years of my middle school, I believe, were my 8th grade year, my 6th grade year. The best one I would say was 8th grade year, because there was many, many happy moments. I remember in our 8th grade future, we went to a amusement park. It was a pretty fun time. Some of the best fun I've ever had. I grew, well, a mustache and a beard, like early. Well, the beard was when I was in high school, but the mustache was like late middle school, Moved many times. I got my own room this decade, Basically, probably when I was like 10, 11, around that area. So it's kind of early. Um, I believe I have my own water bottle and stuff like that, my own appliances. Told you guys I had video games. I'm going to buy some more. I believe that's all I can remember for now. If I can remember more, I'll probably say in like future videos and stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a happy new year. Thank you.